Hey, today we're going to talk about the movie The Birth of a Nation by D.W. Griffith, and we'll get into specific Southern themes that are present in the movie, themes such as racism, family, and duty, and we're going to discuss how these themes apply to the particular time period, the Reconstruction era, as well.
So our first theme we're going to get into is the theme of family. So this is present in an example such as the annual family gathering between two families in the film, the Stoneman family of the North and the Cameron family of the South. Now, this pre-Civil War, when the movie begins, these families gather annually and are so close as to act as brothers and sisters to each other. And this kind of pushes the violence of the Civil War, in which these two families actually meet on the battlefield, one family fighting for the Confederacy and one fighting for the Union.
Okay, and another way in which this theme of family is represented is through Ben Cameron's sister jumping off a cliff to prevent rape from a black man who is chasing her. And this when Ben Cameron's sister jumps off the cliff, this is going to spark a lot of violence between the Camerons and the whole the white southern community there, and the black community, which had taken over, or was portrayed as having taken over the southern town.
And this shows the kind of inter-white family of the South, which is present in the Klan as a kind of brotherhood of white men protecting their family against the oppressive black majority as it's portrayed in the film, and shows the power that the community gains to protect itself in the film.
And this transitions pretty smoothly into themes of racism, which we see in the movie. You want to talk about that a little bit, Charlie?
Yeah, sure. So, as we mentioned earlier, the blacks are portrayed as being the powerful race of the film, especially in this southern community. And although they're seen as the more powerful, they're also shown as stereotypically uneducated and rude, such as when they're in the legislature, the Congress building of the town. The certain legislators of the blacks are doing things such as putting their feet on the table or drinking during the meetings and then hiding their drinks within their books, and other kinds of stereotypes of that era. And they're also passing legislature that allows them to better oppress the helpless white minority, as is said in the movie on a slide. And this kind of shows how these crude blacks are oppressing the helpless whites.
Yeah, and another way, I guess, in which that's represented even then is how they have one scene where they show a black man voting, and then a white man tries to vote, and they deny him the vote. And that's obviously a perversion of fact at the time. But it's showing how very racist the movie is. And I guess another really racist way, or another way in which the movie is very racist, is through Silas Lynch. And Silas Lynch is a mulatto man who is in controls a lot of the town's government functions. And Silas Lynch is going to want to marry Elsie Stoneman, and Elsie Stoneman and Ben Cameron had been dating. They'd been courting each other as per the courting culture of the South. And Elsie Stoneman is going to try and go to Silas Lynch for help, but he's actually going to pervert the Southern courting culture, or the, I guess, national courting culture that had been standard at the time. And he's going to try and marry Elsie Stoneman against her will. And obviously that's a very racist theme, having Silas Lynch perform all this. Also, obviously, the movie is about the founding of the Klan, and that's in itself very racist, and it glorifies the founding of the Klan. And even at the end, they have the Klan riding off in the sunset, and you have a picture of Jesus looking down on them, and obviously the way in which they glorify the founding of the Klan is very racist. And these themes of family and racism, they kind of tie into the theme of duty. The most prominent way they tie into the theme of duty is through Ben Cameron. And Ben Cameron believes he has a duty to protect his family. and that links into him being racist. His duty to protect his family, he feels he has to found a clan, obviously an expression of racism, to protect them. You have any more to say on that, Charlie?
Yeah, especially in the Cameron family, there's a theme of duty, not only, to the family, but also to the country, in which, during the Civil War, the mother of the Cameron family sent off her 3 sons to fight for the Confederacy, and this is captioned with a slide that says, "A mother's gift to the cause, 3 sons off to the war," and this kind of shows the Southern duty toward their country and their identity, and the duty to the war is a driving force behind the Cameron's actions throughout the movie, and especially during Reconstruction, as it's a duty toward what used to be the South and the purity of the South.
Yeah, so now to relate these themes we've discussed to the Reconstruction time period specifically, you see family being used as a justification for racism really heavily in this film and really heavily in this time period. And this is due to or I guess Charlie can touch on that a little bit later. But family being used as a justification for racism is really like a prominent message in this film. And also, this film is heavily racist. That's another, which kind of represents the way, or the racism of the South during this era.
Yeah, and so overall, in conclusion, we have seen that through this film, racism was used as Ethan was saying, almost as a form of duty to protect your family from as it was portrayed in the film, the oppressive black majority, which was crushing the helpless white minority. And so this racial divide between the two groups is what really sparks the founding of the Klan and is how all these themes tie together.
Yep. Sounds like a pretty good summary of the film. I'm Ethan.
I'm Charlie.
Thank you for watching.